Growing up in Castleville, Utah, Shawn Bradley always dreamed of a life in professional basketball.
That's the way to fire a team up.
That dream became reality when the 7'6" Bradley was the second overall pick in the 1993 NBA draft by Philadelphia. After a 12-year career, Bradley was set financially and life was good. But last year, at the age of 48, Bradley's life took a turn he never saw coming.
It was just a beautiful day and a beautiful ride. I went on a little more than 20, maybe 25-mile ride. There was nothing unusual about it. It was just a beautiful day and a beautiful ride. I went on a route that I normally go on. I've been on a dozen times. About a block away from here, life changed.
On January 20th, 2021, Shawn Bradley's life not only changed, it almost came to an end. Just around the corner from his St. George home, riding a custom road bike to fit his 7'6" frame, Shawn noticed a parked car on the right-hand side of the road.
So I signaled like I signaled to slow down. I signaled for a right turn. I mean, I'm wearing my helmet, I'm wearing bright clothes, I've got reflectors and flashing lights on my bike. I made that right-hand turn and I looked up and I saw the car there, so I'm like, okay, I've got to be careful. I don't want someone to open the door. So I'm giving them space, and I'm within my rights as a cyclist to be where I was in the road. I do recall getting bumped from the side, which propelled me into the back of the car that was parked. So I was giving it enough space. I remember being discombobulated, if you will, in space. I just remember feeling like I was flipping around, but in my head, it was a whole bunch of times.
Is it from laying on that board made it worse? Yeah, it's not helping.
The next thing I remember is just looking up at the sky and not being able to move anything, just my eyes. And I felt like a horse was sitting on my chest because I was having a really hard time breathing. The first thing I thought of was call Carrie and let her know what happened, and then I hope she can get here before I die.
Carrie is Shawn's wife, who had just returned home from a run. She heard the sirens and, as she always does, said a silent prayer for those involved, not knowing it was her husband. When were you first told the severity of it, and what was your reaction?
When I walked into the hospital and I saw the trauma team, 18, 20 doctors in a teeny tiny room, and I could see his feet poking out, all of them. A trauma counselor said, let's talk about what's going on. I think that's when I was like, holy cow, I think this might be a little bigger than normal.
It broke my neck and my back, and it didn't sever my spinal cord, but it injured it quite severely to the point where they've qualified me as a quadriplegic, so I don't have any feeling basically from my chest about here down. Going from being an elite athlete, playing at the highest level, to having to have someone help change my diaper, I mean, come on, that's not easy.
Nothing in this situation is easy.
Shawn, you're doing fine.
You're doing great.
A situation Shawn calls the epitome of humility. He needs aides to help him in and out of bed and with bathing and dressing. Early on, he also needed help being fed until late one evening at the hospital
I can't.
when Carrie placed one of Shawn's favorite French fries on his chest.
There you go. Good job. Good job. You did it.
And she's like, how bad do you want it? And so she put it on my belly and chest right here, and I realized as I was trying to do this that I could pinch, and so I was able to pinch it, and she calls it food therapy. So she helped me eat my first fry by myself, and yeah, we're good from there.
And since then, Carrie has tried to find the positive in a very difficult situation. If laughter is the best medicine, Carrie gave out large doses.
I'm gonna get a kiss out of that.
Oh, my happy journal. It's so cheesy.
A journal on her cell phone she started to document Shawn's journey during his 5-month stay in a St. George hospital. Doctors and therapists have had to rewrite the books trying to figure out how to help someone of his size.
I think I have 380,000 pictures on my phone right now, and probably half of them are the happy journal.
Shawn and Carrie's journey began in 2017. They met at a St. George grocery store, both divorced and single.
As I was coming back in, I saw this giant figure.
That giant was Shawn, and after a whirlwind courtship, the two were married on Christmas Day in the Dominican Republic. A year and a half later, their marriage was sealed for eternity in the St. George Temple. Their reception? At the same grocery store they still shop at today.
I mean, we don't do normal. Neither of us ever have, and why start now?
The Bradleys' new normal is different every day.
Get the other shoulder.
A day that can be loaded with doctor's appointments, morning and nighttime aids, and an alarm that goes off every few hours at night, reminding Shawn to do what can be a monumental task, rolling over to avoid bed sores. How would you describe your life before the accident?
My wife calls it Candyland. You know, we were in a good place.
How would you describe it today?
Whew. Challenging.
Look at you.
We try to be positive, and I'm not real good at it. I'm okay with it. Carrie's amazing at it. So I'm really grateful for how much she helps me be positive in so many things.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, there's days that I would go up in my closet and bang my head on a wall and sob because I couldn't help and there's nothing I could do.
Did you get angry with God and say, why me?
I'll tell you, I've never been angry with God about this. That's just not my relationship with him. It never has been. Hey. I was more along the lines of, okay, if you've asked me to do this, then
That's a cute one.
okay, good. Help me through it, because I can't do this alone. What's up, buddy? I don't want to be a burden on people, especially the people I love, and you know, my wife and children. I don't want to be a burden.
That's not a burden at all.
Shawn has 9 children, 6 from his first marriage, and he adopted Carrie's 3, who have taken on much more responsibility.
Helped us grow. It's good though.
I feel like we've all definitely gotten a lot closer because it's definitely a team effort.
Nothing comes easy, everything comes at a price. Live life to the fullest, you never know when it's gonna change.
Okay, this is actually so yum. We could sit around and mope all day, which there's days that we do. I mean, we're human. But we could also do something bigger and better and go meet people and hear stories and share stories and just help someone. If we can help one person, that would be amazing, and that's all worth it right there.
I wouldn't say I have depression, but there are thoughts that come into your head. Well, maybe it would be easier for the people around me if I just wasn't here.
Let me get you a clean one.
It's not just me that was affected at all. And in fact, I kind of have the easy part. I get to sit in a chair and scoot around and try to be positive as I can, and everyone around me has a big load to carry because I can't do it anymore. But I don't think our happiness is determined on the accident. Can I please have the outtakes? There's a lot of things that we've got to deal with that are different, but we can still be happy through those things. We can still find joy in the journey.
Okay, come on guys.
Find joy in what we're doing. It's just different.
Even though it means missing out on so many things we can all take for granted.
There's a ton of things that I miss. Being able to walk in the backyard and jump in the pool, to being able to go to the bathroom by myself, to go take my wife to a concert on a date night for a weekend. Can't really do much outside the house unless someone takes me. I try to take the dog on a walk, I try to get some bills paid, I try to contribute where I can, but still trying to define that in a lot of ways.
Take this over.
Shawn is realistic about his future. He says his life expectancy, due to his condition and size, could be reduced by a decade or more. However, he's grateful for the progress he's made and tries to maximize any improvement when it comes.
I can move my hand, and that's great. I shouldn't be able to do that, but there's no strength in it.
Shawn says he also has increased feeling down his chest and back. He can use his cell phone, and was just recently able to open a bottle of soda and drink it on his own.
There's way too much false hope. I don't want to live in false hope. I want to live in reality. We try to live in reality, but at the same time, we do want to continue to progress. Thank you. Hope is a powerful thing, but false hope is really destructive.
1, 2, 3.
Am I going to tell you today I'm going to walk again? Probably not in this life, but if it happens, boy, we're going to be happy.
No one was cited in the accident, and the Bradleys say they have no ill will toward the driver. What they do hope comes out of all of this is greater awareness of bicycle safety and distracted driving. What are your dreams for the future?
Ooh. Dreams for the future.
Do you allow yourself to dream about that?
I'm working on being able to get a car made so that I can be able to drive. I think that's a good thing. Look, honestly though, dreams of the future is that my family, we get stronger and closer as we move through life.
And our boy's birthday's on Monday.
That we do good along the way and that hopefully be a good example to others.
Hold that side.
Here's the lob for Bradley.
I love who I have been, I love who I was.
Mr. Mark.
Thank you. There's a bigger picture than just this. I'm trying to figure out what that looks like moving forward every day. You know, it's still pretty new.
Yay!
But we'll get there.
Kathy Aiken for KSL.com.